Hello everyone, we're going to look at a feature called layouts. It's the secret little tab here that appears only when you're doing presentations, and what's really cool about it is, watch this, I can just click, all my content, all my images just get reshuffled around in different ideas. They're endless-ish. One of my favorite things of all of Canva. Boring, but I find it very useful. Let's dig in. So get layouts inside of presentations inside of Canva. Okay, so we're going to start with a new page, and I'm going to kind of drag it along so it's for my finished page here. It's a great way to get started. I know that I want to do something around where are we up to? Slide 4, proposed features and benefits. Okay, but I'm looking for a layout, and this thing here is new. So under design, okay, you'll notice that we've always had templates and styles. What is this guy? This guy's special for presentations. Okay, so if I click on him, look at that. It's a whole bunch of really kind of well thought out presentations. The reason I really like it is that they're very light on text, which is kind of one of the, I don't know, fundamentals of a good presentation. There should be lots of talking information, but not so much presentation. Keep it short, be concise, and these are kind of a nice, good kind of starting point for all of these. So you just click on them, and it just adds it to the page. What you'll notice is something weird happens over here. You're like, what happened? I'm gonna delete it all. It'll go back to this. And you're like, huh, what is it doing? Basically what it's trying to do, it's trying to be clever, and it is very clever. Let's say that I know I want an image, and I got a few bullet points. I might decide that scrolling down is, all right, go back to the top. I'm going to pick the one I already picked. Okay, so it gives you this kind of like overview of all the different layouts. But once you go into one, it says, all right, you like an image with a heading and stuff. I've got some other ones, some alternatives within there. I've got headings with an image. Okay, I've got ones with the image down the bottom. Okay, this one here has just the heading and the text without the image. Do you want with a line on it? Okay, it just gives you lots of versions of the thing you already have on the page. It gives you kind of other flavors of that. So let's say I go back to this one here that I did, which has a title, a line, some bullet points, and 3 images. Can you see it changed over here? It says, hey, looking at your page, and you're on the layouts tab here, it says, oh, I might do this. Look at this. Look at that. It just decided that I'm going to make your heading a bit bigger. I'm going to move your bullet points over here, put images over here. What about this one? Super handy. I don't know. I find this the best feature because you're like, oh, that's, you know, that's why I said earlier, the last video, I was like, I just dump everything on the page and then work out layout later. Because what we're looking for is maybe a little bit of difference between these pages. Okay, what we'll do here. Ooh. Okay. Whoa. Ooh, look at that one. All right. Calm down, Dan. And I want to go back to the one I designed. Okay, but I don't know. I find this one of the really cool features in Canva is having a bit of like flavor throughout the presentation. So not just the same one. You can go and make adjustments. And once you get the kind of layout right, then you can go into your styles and either use, if you're on the free account, to look at recent design styles, or if you're using the brand kit, you can say, actually, I want to go through and mess around with this to try and get it different from this one, you know, just to get a bit of difference. I'm going to go to my secondary colors. Oh, I do like layouts. All right, one thing I forgot to mention is you can break it. So I am going to throw in a bunch of stuff. You wait there. All right, just copied and pasted lots of stuff. Let's see if we can break it. Layouts. We couldn't find any layouts that match your crazy mad thing. Okay, so you can see it doesn't handle complex designs very well yet. Okay, so you might be that person. Okay, and it's just part of it. Okay, so what you might do is kind of cut it down to something more manageable and then add all your other more complex things in afterwards. Sometimes grouping things can help as well. So it's not trying to like rearrange everything. You've got a lump that you've grouped together and it can rearrange it as a unit. When I do find students struggle a little bit with starting with a template completely and then trying to throw their stuff into it, that can be helpful for design kind of styles, but I find easy for myself is actually just start with a blank doc, throw in the content that I think needs to go on there, an image, the bullet points, maybe a kind of an intro paragraph or a title, and just kind of throw them all on there and then work the other way. Start using the templates, but with your content. And I find that's a, I don't know, easier way to do it. Throw in your brand colors and you're away. All right, that is me very excited about what is kind of, I guess, a really simple feature. But if you've wrestled your way through Keynote or PowerPoint or any of those, I don't know, this is good. All right, I will see you in the next video.